Hey, Tracy Lewis from Stuff and Things. I am working on my Stampin' Dreams blog hop project, which is actually 3 projects. It is a beginning stamper project, then take that same project and step it up to a casual crafter project, and then finish it off with stepping it up even more to an avid crafter project. So I'm going to start with the beginning crafter, which is for me the hardest to do. I'm going to use Flowering Desert, and I'm going to, instead of using an aqua painter, I'm just going to use this particular stamp upside down to be some sand for the beginning stamper project. It's going to be vertical. I have picked my 3 colors. I will start with the cactus. It's going to be very simple. The question will be, do I need to re-ink my garden green? And I will find that out very soon here, so I don't get any fancy tools. It looks to me that I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to go away and come back with this green. I am back, and I thought rather than me re-inking off the camera, I would go ahead and re-ink so you guys could see. It's a simple process. The biggest thing that I do is I don't get the ink near the edge, because once it goes over the edge of the foam pad, it ends up dripping down and making a big mess. So I have learned to stay, within 1/8 of an inch of the edge, and I just go back and forth and up and down a few times, and then I let it sit for a minute. So that is how I re-ink. And the whole staying off the edge, I learned over time after making a few big messes, and getting it all over my fingers, and so now we're really, really inky, which is actually just fine. And then with these brand new photopolymer stamps, there's some beading, and what I'm hoping for is that I naturally will get some darks and some lights. That might be beneficial, since all I have as a beginning stamper are these 3 ink pads for my colors. I'm cheating because I don't know that a beginner stamper would have as many blocks as I have, because I've got each stamp on its own block. I'm going to say that a beginning stamper would be swapping out the stamps on the same block. Now I'm looking at my choice, and I would have preferred to have stamped my cactus up higher. So I'm actually going to switch to a smaller swoosh. I will use this one. And I have my Sahara sand, which of course, it just seems like it's been a year. I haven't re-inked these since I got them. And most of them, well, many of them, not most, I've had for over a year now. And that's just perfect. Okay, there's my beginning card. Single layer, 3 colors. So the next one, which will be the casual stamper, I have actually thought of a couple more colors to add. Put the lids on so I know what's what. Background. I'm actually going to start with a stamp that's going to be put behind. Going to I might even ink the Sahara sand. I do have that out here. In fact, why don't I grab that? Because I used the garden green on this big cactus last time, and I want to use old olive this time, I'm going to clean it off. All right, I have to do. I will have to take this stamp off for now. I'm going to do some splatters. A little bit of a sun to put up here. Okay, now this one is going to get trimmed down and matted. Keep my colors straight. All right, so this one gets matted and colored. I mean matted. And that is all I'm going to do on this one. And the third one, which is for the Avid stamper, I will stick with the same colors, adding one more color, lovely lipstick. I'm going to mask off the cactus to do a layer behind it. So I will start with the cactus. I think I like the old olive. What I think I may switch to, now that I've got him all inked up, let's see if I can add some darker tones. I'm going to mask him off. Mask off the other side. Yep. I am going to introduce one more neutral color. Crumb cake. Actually, crumb cake appears to be lighter, and that's fine. I like the splatter effect. I'm going to now do a second olive green cactus, and I'm going to pop it up over the top. This cactus, I'm going to work a little more on some shadowing. So I will be bringing out, by the way, underneath my worksheet, I had my Stamparatus foam, which you need for photopolymer. And the reason why I want to do the cactus this way is I'm going to add two tones of colors so I get some more shadows. This is going to be a fussy cut cactus. Not my favorite thing to do. Closer to the edge. That way I'll save more, but I want him on this far side. So I can tell this is going to be a challenge because he's really sticky. So I'm actually going to bring out two magnets to hold my cardstock in place. Starting with Old Olive. Might even attempt to clean off a little bit of it. All right, so now, second layer. Going to be garden green. I'm only going to do what I would consider the shady side. Let's see how that goes. Then it's a little bit like painting with a stamp. I don't like some of these squared off edges, so I'm going to rub them away. Okay, let's see how that looks. Yep, that's looking good. Now, the nice thing about the Stamparatus is I kind of think where I took away the ink, I took it away a little too much. So I'm going to lightly tap it where I'd like to add the color back in. All right. Now I will fussy cut this guy out and then trim it down. So I'm going to come back with trimmed up pieces and some mats to play with. So stay tuned. All right, I'm back. I've done some matting and trimming down and a couple of things to the casual and the Avid stamper versions. And I'm here as putting my beginner hat on. I have the base. I would probably have just gone ahead and stamped on the base. But here we have it, and I'm not going to trim it down, but I do feel, since the three colors that I have include the tuxedo black, I'm thinking that I'm going to add, let's see here. I'm going to use, if all I had was the one stamp set, because I'm just starting out, these are actually the pokey parts of the cactus that I am sure are meant to be used at some point, but as a beginner I'm just going to grab it, and I feel that my card's a little plain, so I'm going to do a couple things to add more. Maybe I've gone on to Pinterest and I've looked at some things. So I'm just going to add the equivalent of the dots to make it more interesting. I'm even going to then take the small, and that was in garden green, and I'm going to add it because I feel it just needs more. And already I'm feeling way better just with having the offset of the black and the added green. So now I'm going to go to the inside of this card. I even have an envelope as well. And on the inside, I have to be careful. That is black. My beginning stamper has looked at enough to know that she must decorate, or he must decorate the inside of the card. And they're going to do it like this. So that's the inside. Okay, then we have an envelope that must be decorated. And let's get the green. And that will be the beginner stamper's card. Something like that, with the inside decorated and the envelope. Okay, so that takes care of that one. Now I have the casual stamper's card, and I got a little busy with it. I didn't like all of the dots in the one color, so I added black. I went ahead and distressed my edges, and I also trimmed it, or matted it, crooked. I grabbed some flowers from one of the new occasions. This is the Gingham Gala sequins. These are the floral ones. And I just did the yellow to match the sun. And I have a fix. I'm not liking how busy this is, so I trimmed up a piece of white flax, and I am going to just attach it to the bottom. And I think that will finish off the card, and then I can do the inside. If I can get some snail on here. This is the new white flax that I got because I can color it, of course, but I'm going to use it in its natural color. I will trim it down. This is design on the fly. All right, so then we attach this to the front, crooked, with the distressing, and I think that'll look very nice. And the inside, Avid crafter, so I had to think about what I had done lately, and I really wanted to do something that I had not used yet. Since this cactus I had not used, I opted for using the wood grain. I actually have owned this embossing folder for a while now and have not had the opportunity to use it. So I've got two layers. I have the cactus popped up. I did the two colors on the cactus. I added the black top and bottom, actually a little bit of the brown on the top as well. Added a little yellow ribbon to tie into the sun, as well as the double mats, and a little heart I colored with a blend. That's the dark real red on that blend. And then I doodled around the edges in a black 0.3 marker. So this will be my Avid stamper version. I do have to either decide to trim this down a tiny bit or trim, it looks like a little bit shows, so I'll figure out the way I'm going to trim it down, and I will get the inside decorated. I think I'm going to do it the same way I did the casual stamper with the black. That concludes my 3 cards or 3 projects for the Stampin' Dreams blog hop for January. So we have the beginning stamper. You guys should see the mess. I have made a very large mess. I have my casual, and then my Avid that needs a little more work to make it all fit on the base. Oh, and I see this one is the beginner envelope. Okay, and then that envelope, and then the Avid, and that is how they look. I hope you enjoyed watching me make 3 projects, which is way more than I normally make. Here, let's cover up my ink mess. I did get to re-ink a lot of my spots, which was great, and I hope you enjoyed spending time with me today. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for watching.